Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So a left-wing activist on Twitter who supported and worked with the Bernie Sanders campaign in 2016 and 2020 and also went on to work with Hillary Clinton's campaign when Bernie Sanders dropped out. Well, in a now deleted tweet, Melissa Byrne said that the CDC were fat-shaming children because COVID attacks obese people. And they put out a tweet about a new study found that 2 out of 3 children and adolescents hospitalized for COVID-19 had one or more underlying health conditions, and most commonly it was obesity. So it's now been deleted, and this person, we're going to have a look at a bit of her background because she's a bit, I don't know. So let's take a look at the ridiculousness of left-wing activists in regards to COVID-19 and the CDC. I thought all we heard was trust the science. Well, they're bringing out new science you don't agree with. You call it fat shaming. Oh my God. So here's a now deleted tweet from Melissa Cancel Student Debt Burn. Is fat shaming the new CDC Gov policy? The last week of CDC Gov tweets has been awful. So the CDC's scientific publication, MMWR, they tweeted out, a new MMWR finds that 2 out of 3 children and adolescents hospitalized had one or more underlying health conditions, most commonly obesity. Fewer than 1% eligible for COVID vaccination had been vaccinated. There's 2 issues there. Fewer than 1% had been vaccinated, and now we do know the vax issue. You can do whatever you want. Take it, don't take it. That's not what I'm talking about. All I'm saying is that they have been proven that they do reduce severe symptoms and a lot of hospitalizations. That's all I'm going to say about that. The other one is 2 out of 3 children or adolescents hospitalized, their most common underlying health condition was obesity. And now this person says the CDC is fat shaming. So because the CDC, who you've been probably touting for the last 2 years as saying, oh, we need to trust the science and everything, well, they bring out some more science and you don't agree with it. You want to play the left game. You can't say kids have underlying health conditions like obesity because it's fat shaming. Even though we know here in a bunch of other studies, here's the CDC study that they cite. Approximately 2/3 of those aged 12 to 17 years had obesity. There's one. Then we have another one from the CDC. Obesity worsens outcomes from COVID-19. Having obesity increased the risk of severe illness from COVID-19. People who are overweight may also be at increased risk. Having obesity may triple the risk of hospitalization due to COVID infection. We are not done because a medical journal also says the highest death rates are seen in countries with the most overweight populations. That's from the 4th of March this year. COVID-19 death rates are 10 times higher in countries where more than half of the adult population is classified as overweight. And that was a World Obesity Federation study. Now that is not all, because also on the New York Times, the coronavirus attacks fat tissue, scientists find. So all these people on the left who want to say trust the science when it comes to vaccines and everything, well, the science comes out that it says COVID attacks fat tissue, and that's scientists have found, and it's higher risk of severe illness and death from COVID. So when the CDC says, here's a study that shows 2 out of 3 kids, let's take a look at the actual numbers. Those aged 12 to 17 years, approximately 2/3 of patients had one or more underlying health conditions, with obesity being the most common. Now, among patients 12 to 17, 61.4% had obesity. So 61.4% of kids aged 12 to 17 years old had obesity. If you want to say this is fat shaming from the CDC, where are we in society where we say we can't tell people that could be at higher risk from getting infection and a potentially more severe illness and possibly death? Where are we at in society where we're saying that these risks do not outweigh the feelings of fat people, and fat shaming is worse than telling people they could die from illness and COVID? This is where we're at in society. Now, this person, as I said before when I started the video, is a little interesting because I guess she picked a really good photo, or one of her best photos to put on Twitter, because this person on Philadelphia Inquirer back in 2017, August 2017, says, I was detained for protesting Trump. Here's what the Secret Service asked me. What happened was she went to the Trump Tower. It says she was in Atlanta, took a Women Resist White Supremacy banner and went to hang it up in Trump Tower. Now, what happened was she was detained because what she wants to claim here is, at the end, she was treated as a national security threat when all she did was exercise her First Amendment right to free expression. Now, she was on private property at the time, so it's not really a public square from my understanding. So if you did that outside, it'll be okay. But if you're placing a banner that says some political messaging inside private property, I'm not sure that counts. Here's what happened. So she got detained, and then they were asking her all these questions about why was she there, what does she feel about the president. And yeah, do you have negative feelings towards the president? She's like, yes. Don't you respect the president? What an NYPD officer asked. And she said, I don't respect people who align with that. So the same person who was detained by NYPD and Secret Service for putting out a banner against white supremacy in a Trump tower, saying it's her First Amendment right to do so, and who has also worked for Bernie Sanders' campaign in 2016 and 2020, and is now banned from Trump Tower for that escapade, believes fat shaming is the new CDC policy because they want to look after people and prevent them from being at higher risk of severe illness and death from COVID. Trust the science, unless you tweet something and you have to delete it because you look stupid. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, share this video out there, and I'll see you in the next one.